Hi paddlers, Cheryl Roos here. So we're going to get started with our erg training drills. I just wanted to let you know the 3 reasons why we do erg, why I suggest erg training. A lot of people dread the erg, and it's actually one of my favorite tools. So a few things that you will see is the repetition of a lot of the exercises, drills that I do on the outrigger. They translate to the dragon boat. And then I also use those same drills on different apparatuses like the paddling erg, and you'll also see the same drills used at the pool paddling. So the reason for this is I just love the erg. For one reason is we have this spring-loaded action, right? So when we use a spring, it can really help us develop the body mechanics because it helps us with our exit. It gives us feedback in our catch, where when we just hold a paddle, we don't have that feedback. The other reason I like the erg is this center piece right here that goes between and our legs, and it is such a good indicator as to where the center of my body needs to be in linear rotation, right? So we'll get to that in some of the drills. One of the other reasons I like the paddling erg is it gives us the feedback when we can have a mirror in front of us, right? And we can really see ourselves in our body position paddle. So that's one of the reasons I like to do erg training. The other thing that I like the paddling erg for is we get to set our resistance. And so sometimes I really like resistance, and that gives me the feedback of my body using more of the rotation. Sometimes I like to train those muscles and up the resistance, where when we're in the water, we get one resistance, right? So the reasons I like to, 3 ways I like to use the paddling erg in training, maybe 4. Let me go through them. First and foremost is you can use the paddling erg, especially if you have a heart rate monitor, for your cardio training, and it gives you exact feedback of which zone you're in and how you're training that zone. The reason I love this so much is because it starts to relate the amount of wattage that you use in each stroke to your actual stroke rate. And to the distance, that you're covering in that heart rate zone. So it starts to give me a little bit of feedback as to what I can tweak to amp up my game. And we'll get into that as we get into the drills. Now, so we use it for cardio endurance or endurance, different heart rate zones. The second thing that I do with erg training you'll find in this program, it is specific to dragon boat distances. I'm not on this erg for outrigger training right now. This is specific to dragon boat. So the pieces, the length of time that you're in each piece, the intensity of each piece is training us for our dragon boat race distance. So a lot of times I see people just pumping out good workouts on the erg, which is fine, but if they're not leading you to a progressive manner, I think we've lost an aspect of our training that we can gain by using the erg right. Love this erg for body mechanics, and all of the drills that you're going to be learning today or in this program are specific to body mechanics. Reason being is we have no side of the boat to lean on, so we have to start using our body exactly right to get the right muscles engaged and to get the right output that we want to train our core. So I use it for technical body mechanics, I use it for cardio endurance training, and I also use it for measurements, the measurements of how I'm progressing. Now the 4th way, if you're lucky enough to be in like a paddle zone area where there's 4 or 5 ergs training together, is we can set the timing. as a team, entering and exiting at the same time. So don't dismiss the paddling erg. It is one of my favorite tools for the disciplined body mechanics that we require to get the physics in our stroke. Let me say that one more time. The paddling erg's main objective in my training that I coach my paddlers on is to set up the body mechanics that will deliver the power in the stroke and the physics, the stroke mechanics. This is mostly what I use the erg for. So glad you're here on this training. Let's get started.